Hello and welcome to the Sound Lab podcast. Yes, we are back bringing you some great interviews that we've done over the last few weeks, and we throw back to 2013. More on that in a bit. On today's show, we have interviews from Mark Tremonti of Tremonti. We have As One, Keyside and Fangs Out, and we do throw back to 2013 where we went to our first ever festival as the Sound Lab, where we interviewed Marmozets at Underground Festival. Yeah, that's coming up a little bit later on. But let's start off, shall we, and chat to Mark Tremonti of Tremonti about his new record. Tremonti, introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Mark Tremonti from Tremonti, and I've got a new record called The End Will Show Us Out coming out January 10th.
Nice. So The End will show us how to what? What will The End show us to do?
The End Will Show Us How, to me, means the end is the great clarifier. Whatever decisions you've made, whatever path you walked in life, you'll know if that your choices were right or wrong in the end. The end will be, like I said, the answers to the questions of if you chose the right path.
Nice. And which songs in particular stand out for you, and what makes them so special?
I put together a record. I enjoy all the songs. They're all kind of my babies, but I'd say It's Not Over. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks. It's kind of a personal song, and one that I spent almost the most time on the record putting together. Another handful of songs. The All the Wicked Things, the final closing track, is a song that I also spent a lot of time on, that I really enjoyed setting the mood with. I used an Omnisphere program that really helped me put that initial pad in the song out there, and I think it's a great set up for like the introduction for a song or an encore. And then We Will Fail. It's another track that it's another flavor on the record that a lot of people have enjoyed since they've heard the record, and those are probably the ones that I want people to hear the most.
Nice. And some of the songs on the album, you can hear the Sinatra influence. Do you think Sinatra's music has kind of subconsciously ingrained itself into you?
I think spending all these years singing the Sinatra albums and tours has taught me to embrace my lower register in my voice, whereas before in my career, I would always run away from it. Nobody really wants to hear their natural voice even back in the days on your answering machines, on your telephones, back before modern technology got rid of those. So it's something that now I embrace, and I know that it's my true voice, and it's the voice that I can control the most when I'm, it's actually something I want to get more into incorporating.
And is there some sort of storyline kind of continuing throughout the songs? Like Tomorrow Will Fail is followed by I'll Take My Chances, which feels like a conversation with someone kind of wanting to take a chance or something, and then later on, now that I've made it, feels like like a mission. Like, is it taking a chance?
Yeah, maybe subconsciously I put together some ideas back to deck that on the record that kind of told a story within itself, mini concepts, if you will, between, Tomorrow We Will Fail is really telling somebody, don't put off what you need to do now, or else it might be too late if you wait till tomorrow. Do it today. And then I'll Take My Chances is about somebody, saying if you're determined and you're trying your best, how can you fail? And then Now That I Made It, it's definitely not tied into those. Now That I Made It is more of a personal song about somebody seeing your successes and not being happy for you, being the opposite, being jealous or being put off by it. So that's another personal song on the record.
And you've had a very busy year. You've done some Creed shows, Sinatra shows, you've been writing, recording. How do you kind of split everything up and kind of dedicate time to each? And then you've also do the solo stuff, Alter Bridge as well. How do you kind of split it up and make sure you kind of concentrate enough time onto each project?
I'm blessed to be able to do what I do, to be a songwriting musician and being able to have so many projects that I am so passionate about. But to keep them all running, I've just got to not ever stop. I have to just continually never turn the creative faucet off and go from one to the next. But it's enjoyable for me. So it's not a daunting task. It's more of a exciting journey for me.
Now, 6 solo records in. it's going to get a little bit tricky now, I think, to pick your set list for your shows, especially as the dates are coming up in the UK in February as well.
I'm still putting the set list together for February. I want to incorporate, a handful of the new songs, even though people might just be getting familiar with them. And then I think people know by now, which are some of our favorites to play live over the years, and those will definitely show their face on the next tour.
Now, Alter Bridge and Creed are kind of the big arena level bands, but with Tremonti, it's kind of more smaller and more intimate gigs. Do you like? I'm sure you like playing both the big arenas and the smaller intimate ones, don't you?
I like the club shows every bit as much as I like playing the arena shows and the amphitheater shows. No matter if you have 30,000 people there or 800 people there, that it's the different vibes pull different things out of you. That a small, sweaty, dirty rock club, those are some of the best experiences you can have for a rock band. It's they're intense, they're personal, and it's where everybody starts. So it's fun to be able to do those shows along with the others.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Mark Tremonti of Tremonti, new album out this week. So go and check that out. Now, we're all over social media, so come and find us at The Soundlab, yes, on all the socials. You can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, so go and check that out as well. Now, let's go on to our second interview, shall we, where we had a chat with As One. You will be seeing posters and adverts about their new Paramount Plus TV show. Hopefully you have seen it. I most certainly have now, after we've done this interview. So let's go over to As One, shall we? How are you?
Great, how are you? Good to be here.
Yeah, not too bad here as well. So we've been playing your two singles that are out there, but the one we've been playing recently is Stranger. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
Stranger was recorded in Los Angeles just a couple of months before releasing it, almost 6 months. And it's a really special song for us. We recorded it after everything was already happening, everything that we were feeling after October 7th, after the war started, after things were happening. And we were far away from home for a really long time. But when you listen to it, it sounds more like a love song, something that you would miss someone and you're saying, maybe if I see you again, you'll be a stranger after a breakup or something. For us, we wrote it at a very sensitive time where we were feeling like maybe if we go back home after everything that changed, we would be strangers. There's a lot of change that we went through, that the place we came from went through, and we were fearing that we would be not anymore the same over there. And it's all about missing home. It's all about the fear that people get. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, really good. I think both of your tracks have made it as our single of the week. So you're
Amazing.
doing well to get both
Wow.
of those. And that was the previous single as well, All Eyes on Us, which has Nile Rodgers. You've worked with him on a few tracks in the studio now. Tell us a bit about working with him.
First of all, we recorded that at Abbey Road Studio, and it was just an amazing experience. We would never even imagine, in our wildest dream, to be working with a legend like Nile Rodgers on our first single. It was such a dream come true, and it was our first single, so we really believe this song specifically is a good introduction to the band, to the world, because it showed like the positivity and the brotherhood and everything we believe in. So that's All Eyes on Us. Niall loved it and recorded his amazing guitars that made the track what it is. And yeah, it was an amazing experience, and we really proud of both songs and a lot of music to come.
Nice. Mentioning more music to come. What is on the way?
So first of all, we have our docu-series out on Paramount Plus now. So that's very exciting. And we are teasing a little bit of the upcoming EP in the show. So there's a lot of songs from the EP in the show. So if you kind of want to get the sense of how our EP is gonna sound like, so it's all there. So go watch our show on Paramount Plus. And there's an EP coming and a lot of music coming up. That's for sure.
Nice. We'll touch on the Paramount Plus series shortly, but I'd like to talk about writing and recording process. So what points do you two get involved in the writing and recording process of your tracks?
So we are in the studio with first of all, we're working with amazing, incredible producers and writers that really reflect and write our story the best. We're
Yeah.
always in the studio giving our ideas and co-writing with these people, amazing people that we are lucky to be working with. All Eyes on Us specifically, we wrote with Jenna Andrews and Stephen Kirk wrote it, and we recorded on it. And Strangers, we wrote with Jason Evigan. Yeah, I mean, all of the band, I think what makes us different than other bands is other boy bands, let's say, is that we're very, very involved in the project, in the process of writing and creating the song. We are kind of, responsible for everything we put out and very proud of it. And we are co-writing and
Yeah.
yeah, just making it.
We're
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
big part.
Yeah, nice. And you touched on the Paramount Plus series. Tell us about what this series is about and how it came about as well.
Yeah, so this series is all about the beginning of As One and how we got formed and who we are as individuals. There's a lot of backstories and there's stories about how we got chosen in the first place. But also a big part of this docu-series is when we came to Los Angeles, when we were navigating the differences between each other here in Los Angeles and also making music at the same time. It's just for me specifically personally, I feel like this this docu-series showcases how music can be such a uniting force. It's like a quasar that just sucks in all of the gravity and just puts out a bunch of gamma rays and light. And I feel like this is really important to show for the world, and I'm really excited for people to see and to maybe love music even more than before, even though we all love music, but
Yeah.
there's nothing like enough.
And was this docu-series always going to happen kind of before the band was put together, or did they come along afterwards and like the story and thought, okay,
And
we're going to get more?
it always was the point. So the point of the docu-series is, our team worked with some amazing groups like Maroon 5 and Kings of Leon, and they always said, like, we wish we would have a camera there when we would write the hits and all the amazing things that happened. So this is what really started the idea of creating a docu-series. We also always hoped that the idea of us being Israelis and Palestinian would stay and be just a passive thing to show the world, but the main thing would be the music, and it still is for us. But yeah, the docuseries at the beginning was just about a few, guys making pop hits in the US and creating some good music. And then,
Yeah.
we moved here on October 6th, and the next day was October 7th. So you just couldn't, that we lived it. So this is
Yeah.
basically now is about our life and about our music and about everything happened. So
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And just give us a bit of a backstory as well about what is in the series, but how you guys did actually get together and start this band.
Yeah. So as it shows also in the docu-series, there was a lot of auditions back in the region in Israel, and it was very a big widespread scouting of talents from all over the ethnic groups. There was some logistical hardships to go to the Palestinian territories, but they found Palestinians that lived in Israel like me. And from there, it was all bunch of auditions, a bunch of scouting of people, and then bringing them together to thousands, and then going down to hundreds, and then going down to 20 guys that they want to see them in action. And they brought us to a boot camp for 5 days. And
it was
there
more
we,
than 5 days.
no, it was 5 days actually. Yeah.
Felt like a month.
Felt like a month actually. Yeah. It was a really long and hard every day working from the morning till night. And it was a lot of things to do to just show off who we are as individuals in order to see how do we fit in groups. And there was a lot of grouping, there's a lot of photo shots, a lot of these things, recordings. And it's one of the most amazing experiences for all of us. Like, until today, we still remember it so much and still remember every part of it. We enjoy it. And from there, this is how the band started to form. There, me and the two other band members, we were in the same room in that boot camp, and we felt a lot of chemistry there. And the others also felt chemistry with us, and there's a lot of building that took place that we felt this was, and the team felt that this was the right combination. And we, after 2 months of intense waiting for an answer, we got the answer, and we started recording from then. That was almost like May 2022, right? Yeah, 2022 when the boot camp was happening, and we got the news that we were accepted on July, and then we started working in Israel and for a whole year until we came here on October. Yeah, last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you look from the outside as well, if people didn't know you and simply read the line that you are, some of you are Israeli, some Palestinian, there's Arab, there's Jewish there as well. From the outside, it seems rather a big contrast, but what's it like for you guys?
When we first met, it was so yeah, we some of us discovered that it's an Israeli Palestinian, it's gonna be an Israeli Palestinian thing just at boot camp after all the audition progress, like at the last stage. And we thought it's beautiful. Like before everything that happened, we were like, this is amazing. Why not? Like, yeah, we already like live in the same region. Why not to just be together? So everyone that is in the group and that was in boot camp thought most people thought it's a great idea.
Yeah.
And we still think it's a great idea. We still think that this is what it should happen. Even after everything went down at the beginning, it was like, wait, so now we were supposed to be enemies? Like, what is the deal now? What were we
Yeah.
supposed to do? And we were like, no, of course not. Like when we as Israelis been through the most hard times, Asil and Sadiq, Palestinian people were there for us. And when they're were aching the pain of the people of Gaza and the West Bank, we were there for them. So it's just we don't look at it that way. We're humans, we're people.
Yeah.
This is what connects us is music and good teamwork when it comes to music, because we work together well. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
Not because
I-
of anything else.
I just want to add that also, as you said, the world is right now sees it way bigger than we see it, to be honest. And that partially the reason is because we are mixed and we are living in the same houses. We are doing everything together and we're seeing the humanity in each other way more than before. Right now, we're seeing that we're almost the same, and what builds us is the things that we are agreeing on. You know, of course there's the politics, there's all of these things that we don't always agree on, and we have different experiences that we went through from these things.
Yeah.
But what brings us together is the music and the connections that we have as friends, as brothers, the cooking, the everything we do. And this is where we feel like it's not that big of a deal for us that we're Israeli and Palestinian. It's just this is who we are,
the
and we're
music is so
yeah.
good. Like we work so good together, like when it comes to the music and to the artistic element of it all. Like we're
Yeah.
such a good group, and we've been together a group much before everything started to be so crazy. And yeah, we just couldn't give it up just because everything happened. And yeah, it was a journey, and it's all in the docuseries. It's there.
Yeah.
Thank you to our team that put cameras on us, and now we have a very good story to tell.
No, absolutely. And as things have started to get busy and start to pick up for you now, do you feel that there's some sort of responsibility for you guys to show that there is unity between the two sides?
I feel like we don't have a solution, and we're not politicians. Like a lot of people ask us about like what is your solution to this? Like we don't have a solution. There's so much things happening involving history and involving like stuff that are so deep and complicated.
Yeah.
We believe that what we're doing here is just a nice example, and maybe it could give some people hope. We hope to give people hope. And we have, I feel more than anything, if there's any responsibilities for like the younger generation that looks up for us and, text us sometimes about like how it gives them hope. People from the region that say that it's amazing and that it's nice to see. And for people from outside of the region in the world, just give hope that it can happen. And when you put politics aside and all the crazy things aside, at the end, it's all about humanity and humans that just live together, and it can happen. So yeah, there's a little responsibility, but we're first and foremost musicians that just putting our arts outside and trying to touch people.
Yeah, definitely. And people will want to see you doing some live stuff. What's the plan for doing some shows?
Ooh, that's coming.
Yeah, that's coming. We have some plans, not yet specific, but we have some plans.
No, we have plans, and you should all honestly, you should all like follow us on our social medias because we're giving all our updates there. It's AS the number one and then the word one underscore official, or just as one underscore in each of our names. So all the updates for a show or a performance, everything that's gonna coming up is gonna be announced there. So stay tuned.
Nice. Where are you hoping to be playing? I'm sure States is on the list. Are you hoping to come over here to the UK and Europe as well?
Yeah,
we're hoping to come to the UK. Yes, it's we've been there. We recorded in Abbey Road Studios, and it was an amazing experience. We're hoping that we get fans there and we play for them a bunch of songs. We're gonna be enjoying it so much.
And hope you enjoyed the interview there with As One. Now, make sure you check out our Spotify playlist where we bring you some unsigned up-and-coming artists that you probably won't have heard of, but we've taken the chance to listen to them for you and think they're really good. So go and check it out. It's called Fresh. It's on our Spotify page. Links on our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. So follow the links on there. Now it's time for our third interview, and this week comes from Keyside. They've been releasing music throughout 2024. They've got a busy 2025 coming up as well. So, Keyside, how are you?
Not too bad, man, you?
Yeah, not too bad. So, we've been playing a single of yours called Rihanna, Please Don't Cry. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
Yeah, it's just a happy-go-lucky song, that, really. Just about daydreaming, about things in the future, or things that could be. And yeah, just a simple song, really.
Nice. And I believe that's coming off a new EP of yours coming out in the new year, I believe. What can we expect to hear?
So yeah, we got 2 more tracks on that EP, called Michael What You Call and Lovers on the Side. And yeah, should be good. That's out next year. And yeah, looking forward to getting it out there, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the sound that you've made with this EP, is it the sound you wanted to make, or is it simply just how it turned out when you were recording it?
Yeah, it was quite spontaneous, that EP. It was in the fact that Michael, What You Call, was written mainly in the studio. And we had the plan to do 4 songs, and that wasn't one of them, because that was only written a day before we were gonna go in the studio. And yeah, so I showed them it in the studio while we were about to like record the 4 songs we planned to do, and he was like, "Nah, we've got to do that one. We've got to try that." So we all learned our parts, like literally there and then. And yeah, it was like it fell from the sky. Michael, it was written quite quick for the circumstance, as that we were recording the next day. And yeah, it was mad. It was like, yeah, it was like I fell from the sky. It was mad.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you, how do tracks normally start off?
I usually get the hook mainly of a song, and then it's like a jigsaw. Then I just find the other pieces to it, and yeah, and then I try and find like a character to it of what the song is, and if I can't like put a spirit to the song, then I don't think it's worth doing. If I can't make it into like something that's different from all the other like ideas that I've got, then I just won't tend to work on it. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just get the idea first and then just build on it like
And
snowball.
And what about the lyrics as well? Do they come quite naturally to you, or is it a bit of a challenge at times?
Uh, yeah, I just try and let the lyrics flow really. So yeah, it's different each time. Sometimes I'll have an idea of the lyrics first, and then I'll do the music. Or sometimes I'll have an idea of the melody first and find the words. It depends really, yeah. So that yeah, it's different each time really, but it's usually have the words or an idea of a song and then find the melody. But equally the same the other way as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you've been doing some shows. You did a show with Blossoms. You got Royston Club as well coming up today and tomorrow, I think. How's the touring and the shows been going?
It's been great, man. Yeah, it's one of the best parts about it. Just meeting people and connecting with people, and yeah, it's with the social media, people can reach out and say, "Oh, it was great to meet you that night." You know what I mean? I love the songs and stuff like that, and like it's rewarding. You know what I mean? And that's why we do it, to connect. And yeah, we're a fairly new band,
Mm.
so this is all like new waters to us. But yeah, it's rewarding to see it blossom.
Yeah, yeah,
No
most
pun
definitely.
intended.
And once you've finished with these few shows, what's the plan next for doing some more shows?
So we got a today we've just announced the headline
Okay.
in the Arts Club, Liverpool, on the 14th of March, 2025. Still feels weird saying that, 2025. It's just flew the time, man.
Yeah, it's not far away now, is it?
It's crazy, isn't it?
And it's
But yeah, we got that one. That's like the big one. And we always do something mad for like our headlines. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna plan all that out now.
yeah,
And
nice.
yeah, that's the big one.
Is there going to be more shows off the back of that then, do you think, or is that kind of the only one kind of in discussions at the moment?
Right now that's like the big one. So like all our like that's where we're all like that's what we're thinking about at the minute. But next year is just quite yeah, we're still planning out next year at the minute. So yeah, that's really the only really one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Only the main one at the minute.
As you've already touched on, you are a fairly new band. I'd like to find out what got you guys together to do this in the first place.
Well, I met Ben first, the lead guitarist. I met him at a party when we were like 18, and we're like 24 now. So I met him then. I just knew he played guitar, and I just remembered that. But we didn't speak for like 2 years after that party. But we just kind of knew each other since then. It's like guitar fanatics. And yeah, so I was in a band called Cassidy from like 2019. And then there was a space open for someone to join. So I rang, I Snapchatted them actually on Snapchat, and I just yeah, I just said I just said you free to come down, and he said yeah. But we at that party we were just chatting about the lads, and uh yeah, we I think we like had a connection together over the lads mainly, and it was quite rare to find someone who was like proper into music that played the guitar and was like into the lads, like proper into the lads.
Hmm.
And so that's how we like kind of like got on, and we built our, obviously we've been inspired by the lads, and we built our original sound from that. But now it's went into like its own thing, which is like the path of like many
Hmm.
artists really.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then so we met then, and then Ben knew the drummer from uni, and then he came down, and uh, And then we kind of like we stopped playing for a bit for like 3 months. We kind of like broke up for like 3 months, and then we got back together. It was such a weird like spell of time. But then we all got back together, and then Max joined, the bass player, and yeah, and then just went from there really. And
Nice.
but
Yeah, cool. And as you are fairly new, you must have a list of things you want to achieve as a band. If you had to pick one thing that you really have to do in the music world, what would it be?
a number one album, I'd say that's our bucket list.
Do you
Try
think
and get that in the charts.
you've got the sound for it, so it's doable?
Yeah, it's one step at a time, and yeah, and then Glastonbury
Yeah.
by tradition, and yeah, I'd say they're like the main two.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Keyside. Now, if you like this podcast, but you think, I need some more music on this show, then you can check out our radio show. Yes, it's these interviews along with music from new artists, up and coming, some great signed artists to live sessions as well. It's on for 2 hours. These interviews with music, check it out. Website, as you already know, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. So go and check that out. Now it's time for our fourth interview, and it comes from Fangs Out. It's our last interview from 2000 Trees Festival from 2024. So here we go, Fangs Out. How are you?
So, thank you.
All good, thank you very much.
Good. Here at 2000 Trees.
First time.
How was your set? Unreal.
For 11 o'clock in the morning, I expected to go, there's no one here, and it was like from the get-go, it was like half full, and then gradually second song in, it was just getting fuller and fuller, and then nobody left. I was like, that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for.
It's a weight off. When you see like a crowd full of people, there's no words to kind of like describe it really. So we're just grateful for those people.
The second people hear music, they'll want to go and check it out. And
Yeah. That's the cool thing. Is like the festival. From what I've like I say, it's our first time here, so everyone was like, people just go and check it out, and it's sick to see people come in and stay. Yeah. It's when people come in and go, nah, and go again. You go, oh, it's us. But no, it was perfect, absolutely perfect.
good. And I'm sure the people got to hear you play tracks off your new EP, which is out now. For those who've not heard it yet, tell us a bit about the release.
So yeah, we had an EP out in October 2023. It's called The Humour in Hell. 5 tracks that we recorded with Owen Davis, who's our dear friend, technically a 5th member of the band. So he's actually done in-ear monitors today, so big part of our team. So.
Yeah, I've worked with him for years. He's been perfect. Whether it be in the studio or in a live situation, he makes us sound good. So that's nice.
So yeah, we released that in October, and then we've just been playing that, kind of just trying to plumb that, and then Sabbath Town is our kind of hit release off that. It's just a nod to Birmingham. That's where kind of we're from. So, and like when we played Sabbath Town today, it's like goosebumps when we had the crowd singing back that song was just something else. It was something that we wasn't expecting at all. So
it's unbelievable. Like I say, it's different hearing it in Birmingham, but hearing it outside of Birmingham to people you don't know. It's like, oh,
yeah,
sick.
There's a reassurance there for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Have you now started writing for the next release?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were going to talk about like saying that with what we're doing, but yeah, we've started.
Yeah.
Hopefully going to get into the studio by the end of the year and do either a couple of more singles, but whether this is going to be something that we announce, but we're planning on writing an album.
Yeah, and that'll be, like I say, we've got like such a back catalogue of like files and riffs and songs and stuff. It's like, right, okay, now we're in festival season, do the shows that we need to do, and we've got a good solid worth of batch of songs now. It's going to be over the next 6 months now, is narrowing those down to what we're going to release. And like I said, like Jay said, we'll do a single or two, and then I can imagine the album's going to be mid next year, later next year.
Ideally, ideally next year if we can, but obviously funds permitting. But you know how these are, of course, yeah. But obviously we've got 3 guitarists in our band basically, so it's like when, like Ben said, we've got riffs, we've got so it's just trying to now put them all together and make some actual songs. So, but we've started. So,
do you know what direction you're wanting to take it? Whether it's going to get heavier, more melodic?
Well, I think we've found our sound. I think that whenever we speak to somebody, they definitely. we get a lot of references to Every Time I Die, which we understand, but they are a massive influence to us.
Yeah,
but I think that we do have our sound, and we're kind of sticking with that, but we are trying to just, I'll say, level up.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it's. We'll leave it to everybody. Everybody's got an opinion, and they can tell us what they think it's going to be like. But yeah, we just want to kind of level up our skills and our performance as a band and stuff like that, and kind of like just move forward.
Yeah.
So
it's a case of the heavier stuff is heavier, and the more commercial choruses are more commercial.
I just dropped my beer.
So it's like it's like I say, Jason, we've got our sound, and then it's just escalated our sound to another. And every single release we've done so far, me personally, I'm more proud of every single record we do, just for experience, and we've all been in bands for years and stuff, so it's good, it's cool.
Nice. And with the writing side of things, how do tracks normally start off for you guys?
A riff, like Ben, Mikey, me will have a riff, and we'll either take it into the room, or like I'll compose a song, like, or an idea of a composition, and then Mikey or Ben will have an idea to say, oh, let's do that, and then we do that. But like I can program drums, but then we just go, Al, it's not this, like, drums that we put on, like, that's not how we want it to be. If you've got an idea, you can write the drums as how you want it to be. So Al has the freedom with his drumming, and then we just all kind of come together. We never, and the bonus about us, we don't fall out about writing riffs. We just like, that's a great idea, let's try that. But we try it first, and then if it doesn't work, we go, okay, let's move on.
Yeah. And then that's for all of us, whether it's my idea, Jay's idea, Mike's idea, or even Al's got an input to a degree. As much as he doesn't play guitar, he can listen to something and go, oh, that's sick, or we go, oh, that's crap. And you kind of go, okay, that's fine. If we're not all in agreement, but it's quite, I don't want to say an easy process, because writing songs is not an easy process, but compared to what I've done in the past, it's relatively easy. It's like we all know the sound, and the sound is all four of us putting our minds together, so it feels quite naturally.
It's easy for us because we all agree. We know where we want to go, we know the sound, we know what we like, and we're writing music that we want to listen to at the end of the day. So
like I said, we all listen to different music outside of the band. So if you listen to all of our Spotify playlists, they're so different. They're so different, but you hear a little bit of everything in the tunes that we write, and like I say, the more we write, the more you hear, the more of everybody else's difference, I guess, and that's what it's worked so far.
Agreed.
Nice. And I spoke to the drummer of Harriet a couple of years ago, who said he overdoes it when he programs in the drums.
I love Harriet. I love Harriet.
Does the same go for you?
No. So I cheat with programming drums. I've got it's like a MIDI pack where I just literally drag and drop beats in, and it's like they're either half time, quarter time, like, you know, I just drag and drop, and if it's the feel of that, and that's why I say to Al, it's not gospel, so it's just an idea of the flow and the feel of the song for me. So
but even the difference between a record and doing live, if you hear our records and hear us live, I'm very guilty of adding little noodles throughout the song. So from when the song starts in a studio or in a lockup or wherever it is to what you hear live, it's the same song, but it's constantly escalating to a live.
We don't just want to play what we put on the record. We kind of want to embellish on what we've already done. You know, so
the imperfections make it the perfections in a live situation. If you want to listen to a record, you listen to a record at home. You want to hear, and me personally, anyway, I want to hear the imperfections live as well as. And if bands make mistakes, I make mistakes. We all make little mistakes. But it's about laughing about it, laugh and go, oh, whatever. And that's what, my opinion, that's what makes a good live band.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Fangs Out from 2000 Trees Festival 2024. Let's look forward, shall we, to 2025. Can't wait for the festivals this year. So this is the part of the show where we like to throw back in time. And we're going to go back to our first ever festival, which was back in 2013, where we went to Underground Festival in Gloucester. We interviewed a whole bunch of great artists, but we thought we'd bring you the interview from Marmozets, because there's been rumours that they might be getting back together and getting some new music out in the world. So let's go back to 2013, shall we, where we had a chat with Marmozets. Guys, introduce yourselves.
We are a band of 5, and we formed in the early days of secondary school. And
we are 2 sets of siblings.
2 sets of siblings.
We've got the McIntyre clan and the Bottomley clan, and we are Marmozets.
Sorry, I'm still a good game of dots.
What's your high score?
It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Hang on a minute. Sorry, I don't mean to.
You guys always do this in interviews. You just go off the question.
It's fine.
I think this is what makes our interviews even better because we just go insane. My high score is 457.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive. Sorry,
So
carry on.
that's fine. So do you want to tell us a bit about your music?
Yeah, Will.
Why me?
It's your turn.
I don't really know. We
just play, write and play
We
music.
write songs and we play
Yeah.
songs. That's
Yeah, and
basically
it's just music, like
It's a bunch of
any
genres
other
shoved
music.
together
Yeah.
in a mixing bowl. There you go.
Really?
And it comes out like a weird, crazy.
like we've
It's a
changed
constructed mess of
constructive mess of
melodies
everything.
and riffs and drum fills.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Basically it.
Yeah.
And cowbell.
Cowbell.
Loads of cowbell.
Bit of side thing.
Bit more cowbell.
Bit of mosh bit.
Influenced by early clown step. Clown step.
The worst thing.
So tell us a little bit about your single that you released back in May.
It's a song
On Young and Free.
that we wrote that we like.
Yeah, and it's done alright.
Well, basically, we hadn't released anything in ages, so we were like, I know, let's go to the studio and release another piece of music. Because we were, running out of ideas. We just hadn't released anything in ages, so we thought, let's just go release it.
Keep writing loads of songs. Might as well.
We don't want to go off the radar. People are just like,
These guys again.
yeah, see these kids again.
God.
See these kids
back again with
another tune. They're back again.
Yeah, so we've got Simon Cowell to write that for us.
Yeah,
Simon Cowell came in and wrote it, and then we sacked him. Simon Cowell can't write any songs though, so I don't know.
No, he wrote Leon Lewis Bleeding Off.
No, he didn't.
Him and the singer of One Republic.
That's what was it him? Simon.
Keep bleeding.
That's a good track.
It is a good song.
Simon Cowell didn't write that song.
He did.
He did.
He wrote it.
But
No, he did not. He was probably there when it was,
Right, what the fuck has Simon
I've never met him. I enjoyed Simon Cowell. I like it. It's got good haircut and nice balance.
So you mentioned to me that you're bringing out a single later this year and an album next year. Do you want to tell us a bit about them?
Well, we wrote.
Every question is like, well, we wrote this song.
The single is a song that we've written. It's pretty good. The album is like a collection of songs that we've written.
Okay.
No, maybe about 12 of them.
That we wrote.
12 songs that we wrote. Pretty much, they're all the same songs. It's basically, you know the EP dilemma, where we hadn't released anything in ages. Well, it's like that with a single. It's like we haven't released a single in a while.
So now we're going to release 2 singles. Well, now we're sort of releasing 2 singles. It's like we need to record an album and write it out.
Yeah. We've done a music video for it, which is a
Banging.
whole new level of liveliness.
Yeah,
Just life in general.
I think it represents my life in one video.
Mate, yeah, it looks like you're hanging yourself in one part.
It's a very
That's what you
interesting.
look out
That's all you need to know.
It's like,
It is a very interesting video.
Yeah.
It is a very interesting
I think
video.
it's just very us. It's not, put together too much and too many ideas, and it's just a bit like sometimes you watch video. You know a band and what they're like, and then you watch them in the video, and there's like naked chicks running around and like. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's just stupid. You don't need that.
We didn't want to do anything.
We did have the
too
option.
typical.
Yeah, too typical and have a
Like-
shitty storyline behind
Yeah,
it. So
we didn't
literally, it's just us having fun in it, guys. So.
Charlie, the director, was just like, just do what you want.
And we stayed at his house and
I made us some chicken.
He made us chicken.
Made us a chicken.
Oh,
Got me some chicken.
Got me some chicken. Yeah, it was a lovely bloke. Our Charlie.
We did have the option of naked girls, but they weren't to Jack's standard.
No,
Yeah.
Jack needs to judge the naked girls before.
They need to also have
There was
the.
about 50 of them that you went through, weren't it? Like,
If they don't have beards, then they kind of just don't match up.
We want it to be a bit psychedelic. He likes hairy women. Don't tell my girlfriend about that. Don't tell my girlfriend. Jack's got a girlfriend. I do. She's a model. She's not.
she's beautiful.
Right. Next question.
Okay, so what's been the best moment for you guys as a band so far then?
This moment.
We just live it.
Being interviewed by you.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm really enjoying this whole experience.
I am.
Well, like with me,
It's the best experience,
like,
since we've turned up.
with me, my best experience will be like just drinking a hot chocolate, and then 5 minutes later, I won't enjoy that experience, and it will be something else.
I don't. That's Josh's life.
You don't have to understand anything about it.
He drinks hot chocolate and hates it the next day.
Josh is like an enigma. He's not actually a real person.
Yeah.
He's just a collection of orbs and sounds.
Glitches.
What's Jeff Hardy's name?
He's a
charismatic.
It's a
Charismatic
PS2
enigma.
glitch.
Yeah.
That's what Josh is. Charismatic enigma.
Josh is like a song that we wrote in human form.
You don't have to understand me. Like
Exactly. You don't have to understand it, but you seem to
I understand. I
Which got played on FIFA.
All what matters is if I understand myself. That's it. Exactly.
That's so true, Josh.
So true.
I think we sound really weird.
No, but I think this tour, serious. This tour, the tour we've just been doing.
Oh yeah, we're on tour at the moment. That's where the
That's been incredible.
We've done our first headline tour, and we've come to the end of it nearly. So we're doing this festival day today, and then we've got London tomorrow, which is gonna be crazy.
It's like pretty cool because it's like we didn't think the amount of people that turn up have kind of thing, because we were a bit worried about it, but it's been every night.
So that's been a bit. Kind of worried, not worried. We were so worried as in like there might not be any people.
But we don't care
great.
because we're gonna have it's like free band practice every day.
Yeah, we're like no turns up to band practice, so it's cool.
Yeah, but some of those little chicks decided to come out, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
It's been a great good do every night.
Lovely.
So, what do you guys get up to when you're not doing anything music related?
We go
out of order, cross the line.
We live very, very close together. So cross that to the bottom is
pretty much it's a suburban bar.
We hang out all the time,
Suburban
even
bar
like
all the time. Just go down, drink a couple of pints of Saltaire Blonde.
Will, Jack and Sam, it's FIFA. Becca... I usually just watch it.
Yeah, Sam just sits there.
Becca's just like with her boyfriend. I don't know, I'm just always... But we're always writing music as well.
Yeah.
Apart from going to the bar.
we have band practice twice a week as well.
Yeah, like a lot of bands don't have like band practice.
We
Like,
don't
do you know what I mean? But we just...
we're that good, we don't have to practice. Yeah, but we just decide, you know, we got it.
Josh again, line.
Yeah, define practice though. Define practice?
Yeah.
Practice is just us sitting down for a while. We'll try and write a new song, and then we'll get stuck, and then we'll go out for a fag.
And get Simon Cowell.
Watch funny videos.
Watch funny videos.
Have a bit of a chuckle, and then go back in and we write a fucking bang
And
for
then
about
eat
15
some
minutes.
space invader thingies.
Oh, spicy
And then say
space
5
invaders.
p.m. do you drink?
But a couple of cans of Dr Pepper, and you on your way.
Pretty much it's just music. That's it. Involves that. Like
Music, food,
FIFA.
drinks, smoking cigarettes, and sorting our hair out.
Yeah.
I did mine today.
And admiring my shoes.
Will's got a fine shoe collection.
Yeah.
So he just collects shoes in his spare time.
I don't know if you noticed, but we are actually all wearing boots.
I'm not,
Apart from Becca. Yeah, but yours are the real deal. These are class.
Oh.
Mate, I've been repping these bad boys before.
Repping these bad boys.
Before you even born.
Alright, let's go to the next question.
I know I'm yours, right? So, you know.
Okay, so what's next for you guys? We mentioned the single and album, but you got anything else in the pipeline?
We need to record the album.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh.
We're doing an interview.
Oh.
Piss off.
Shall I see who it is?
Yeah, let's go for it. And it's still recording.
Oh, stop it. We need to open the door.
Ah.
Food.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely night.
I brought a food.
And I told him to piss off.
I don't really like chili.
Yeah. It's nice because I'm here as well, so I can dig into.
Yeah,
You can't.
Oh, come on.
Who can? Local go.
I haven't eaten all day. Right, I haven't eaten about.
What was the question?
What's next on the pipeline?
Yeah, what's coming up
For a
from
massive
now?
label, I'm gonna be massive.
Yeah. No. We need to record the album first. And then... Oh no, it's still chilling. And I don't really know what we're gonna do.
We're just gonna write this album and see what people think. Fair dues.
Hopefully, people like it.
Just keep touring and just keep being us again.
So just to finish up, if people want to buy your music or find out more about you, where can they go and do that?
PirateBay.com.
Okay.
Bandcamp.
No, Pirate Bay.
MySpace.
iTunes.
Pirate Bay. MySpace.
No, Pirate Bay.
iTunes.
Pirate Bay.
If you want it for free,
Pirate Bay. No, yeah, iTunes, Spotify.
Marmozets.co.uk and you'll find links to every
I think
possible
John Daddy just texted me.
thingy.
I can make space
Okay.
next to MK's merch suite.
And I hope you enjoyed the throwback interview to Marmozets back in 2013, where we spoke to them at Underground Festival. And I'm afraid that's the end of the show for another week, but don't you worry, we will be back next week with more interviews and another throwback, which I think we're going to go back to 2014. But you'll have to wait and find out. But if you can't wait until then, social media at The Sound Lab, yes, on all the socials. And you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. And I'll see you next week right here on The Sound Lab. Goodbye.